and welcome to the final round, final night. It's Championship Tuesday here, or Championship Wednesday here on the American Sim Racing Club's Frito-Lay Super Late Model Series. Well, tonight we will crown a champion. You just saw qualifications complete. We are grading up for the first of two heat races before we get on to the final feature event of the night, a 200-lap race around the fairgrounds here at Nashville. So we will stick with the pole sitter, Mike Witt, as they are going to take 2 laps to go green around here. We'll bring up the flag notification. There it is. Hope everyone's having a good night. It's a night to celebrate and be happy. We are completing a very successful inaugural season of the American Sim Racing Club Frito-Lay Super Late Model Series, and these guys are they're going to have a night to remember and a night to have fun. In this particular heat race, we got Witt, Hahn, Parmalee, Rogers, Papanow, Libby, Fleury, Hahn, Lewis, Henry, and Loritz, and we are getting ready to go green here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Green flag. And Junior Hahn is in the lead. Eric Hahn takes the field into turn 1 as your leader. Here comes a 21 of Tim Rogers, who's right behind him. Tim changes the T-Bone, actually changes livery on me. I had to double check and see who that was. It's like Eric is definitely liking that lane. Oh, he's getting loose off of 2. He is nosing into the turn 2 wall. We've seen that all practice long. And unfortunately, a good night starting off has turned into a bad night now, as he's going to have to fight his way from the rear of this particular feature. There's 12 laps in this particular one. We're doing 2 12-lap features. Remember, caution laps do not count. There is your leader, the number 21 of Tim Rogers, followed by Mike Witt, Ryan Libby in that nice-looking Valvoline out livery there, and Daniel Parmalee. We've seen him all season long in that very familiar red and yellow car of his. Brett Hahn is on the precipice of a series championship crown tonight. He is currently in 6th position. My understanding is pretty much at this point all he needs to do is finish the feature. However, if there's less than 30 that make the feature, I believe he takes the championship at the green flag. We will save the celebration though for the very end, because we don't want to jump the gun and do anything that we don't want to call a state early. In other words, that's what we want to get to. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to treat it like any other night, and then at the end, surely if he finishes everything, he will be your champion tonight, and we will bring him into the studio for some extra words, as well as we were talked to Tanner as well as Knight. He is the admin of the series. We'll get an idea of his thoughts on how the first season went. We'll interview the podium and some final thoughts by yours truly before we let you go at the end of this season. long caution periods. Should be going green this time by next time. Yep, 1 lap to green. Double file restart. We will resume at lap 3 of 12. Rogers, Witt, Parmalee, Libby, your top 4. Pace truck is off. Field's under the command of T-Bone. Here we come. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Smoothly through the field already. 1 lap down. We got 10 more to go. Oh, we got contact in the back. Contact in the back, and I believe it's going to bring out the caution again. Oh, my goodness. And I believe that was Jackson Lewis. And we'll take a look at this. And from his in-car, he's got smacked. He got doored a little bit. So back to the end of the field for him. I don't know if we're going to get an EOL out of that one or not. He is coming in to get his car looked at. Very tight pit entry here. I want to thank everyone for watching at home. Feel free to interact with us in the chat here on YouTube. Make sure to YouTube likes the algorithm where you participate, so make sure you like and you share, subscribe, make comments. YouTube really likes that. We appreciate that as well. You can also follow us on Twitter and also like us on Facebook. That's Raceverse. And again, I am Gary Gotso. This has been covering the Super Late Model Series all season long for the American Sim Racing Club here on Raceverse. It's our final race for tonight, or final race for the season. It's been my pleasure to work with everybody associated with the American Sim Racing Club, all of the sponsors, and all of the drivers. It's been a great time. So we still have some laps to go here in this first of 2 heat races. Showing Leo Loritz in the 108 already out. I mean, he'll probably be starting towards the rear of the feature when we get to gridding that one up. Like Jackson Lewis is looks like he's a little bit better. The fittings there are a little bit tighter on the cars. The crew has took the hammer and fixed some things. We'll have to take you back up front to Mike Witt. Or excuse me, Tim Rogers. Mike Witt is actually in the 26th there. He is in 5th spot. We will show you the point situation during the 5-minute warm-up period when we get there. These yellow periods, I tell you, whew, it's so much wasted racing time just getting behind on these yellows for these iRacing controlled yellows. It's great for the leaders, not great for everybody behind the leaders. The ER double file for the restart. Rogers and Libby are on the front. Hahn and Fleury on the row 2. Witt and Parmalee, row 3. Here we go. We will hit the line with 8 to go. Green flag in the air. And we're back at it. Whoa, Parmalee gets a little squirrely coming off of 4. He's recovered. Or 2 off. He's off of 2. He's recovered. He's also in kind of a group by himself as those first 4 are kind of starting to break away, but they're still side by side. Let's pop in with Nick Fleury here. Not very many places to go. Just kind of see who's going to make a mistake in front of you. And pray that's not exactly right, exactly in front of you. That's what I mean, yeah. Jackson Lewis making a move to the back there. Thinking about taking a 3 wide, going into 3, not quite. Gets down on the apron, help the car rotate a little bit, but he is a man on the move, and he wants around that 59. And he does. Here's your leader, Tim Rogers, as Libby was climbing the wall, went into the front, into the inside wall. And now we're going to go yellow again. Well, maybe not. No, we're going to keep going green. Here comes your points leader, Brett Hahn. Brett the Jet looking on the inside. And he pulls it off, and he gets the lead. 4 laps to go. So no caution on that that wall banger. Coming off of 2 there, which is going to take her to the pits. Probably do a reset. Hahn, Rogers, Fleury, and Libby, your top 4. Parmalee, Papanow, Lewis, and Eric Hahn are your top 8 there. White flag in the air. This first of 2 12-lap heat races is getting ready to conclude with your points leader coming into turn 3, going into 4, and going right into the pole position for tonight's race. On the feature is Brett Hahn. Well, after a bit of a rough start, that heat race ended actually pretty cool. Some good racing there up at the front. As we will start gridding the next group. As we're waiting for everything to grid up here. There we go. Waiting for the, it looks like the pole position, or at least the number 1 spot here to fill up. Might not, we'll see. Okay, it looks like he'll be starting from the pits. So it looks like everybody on that inside row will get to move up 1. So it looks like it's Beasley, Smith, Lemieux, and Payton are your 4 bringing the, this show down to the green flag. Again, 2 pace laps before going green here. Here we go. Green flag in the air. And Ryan Smith gets a big jump. Peyton follows him right through. Here we go into turn 1, and we got a gaggle of cars all still together. No one is letting anyone get away this time. Down the backstretch. Everybody's in control here. Ryan Smith continues to lead and pull away a little bit. Oh! Sean Hayes climbs the wall. We are not going to get a caution. And he climbs it again. Wow, he is hurting. You might need to bring that one in. Who was that? Just not sure who that was. But they hit the wall hard. It might have been Michael Lemieux here. Yeah. See if we can get a look here. Go back in time a little bit. Might have been contact or a very bad case of netcode there. So kind of starting off like the last one did, a little slow going here, but they are getting all gathered up. Well, 9 to go for this particular heat race before we get into a 5-minute practice and then the 200-lap finale of the season. Your leader right now is Ryan Smith, David Payton, Jamie Beasley, Andrew Payne, Drew Cox, Josh Cottle, Skip Gandy, Demeester, Lemieux. All the cars are left running right now, showing Hayes and Harvey as not running at the moment. I do believe I saw Hayes though in the pits. Well, he's in the pits. Well, looks like he's getting some of that sheet metal pounded out. Like that livery, good looking livery. I like the colors on that. Here's Chris Harvey and the Mopar. Still under caution here for that incident. Now we go 1 to green. We are lining up again. Double file. Getting ready to go green. Good jump by Smith on the inside. Peyton follows him right on through. 1 and 2 going in the 1. Andrew Payne on the outside on the high line coming out of 2. He's going to have a straight shot down the backstretch for P3, and they're banging the doors already again in the backstretch. And we have only completed 4 laps of this 12-lap heat race. Yeah, not much really to talk about when they get into iPacing. Yours truly is a bit struggling tonight. So you will see how we do here. Finding a bit of a flu bug. And we'll get through this heat race, and then we'll get to the 5-minute warm-up, which will provide me a bit of a break so I can go run, get something to drink there and all. And then we'll get back and settle in for the long haul on the 200-lapper coming up to wrap this season session evening inaugural season up. And these caution periods, a little unnecessary for iRacing. They need to probably be able to figure out when the cars are ready to go green again and let them go green. Probably save about 2 laps of caution on every session. Here we go, getting ready to go back to business here. 1 to green. As Ryan Smith, Davey Payton, and the pace truck bring them back through turn 2 and down the back stretch. Truck is off, is in the pits, field's under control of Smith, and here we go. Green flag is in the air, and we are back at it. Yeah, Payton wanted to get to the bottom line as soon as he could. Oh, Cox taking a dive bomb there on Beasley. He gets a pass done. Nice move. Here comes Cottle in the 13. Oh, a little bit door banging there. Ryan Smith got a little loose there coming off of 4, almost smacked the wall on the tail end of his car there. Send you back up front, 5 to go. You can see how bumpy this track is. Watching these cars hit those bumps in the down low in the corners there. So watch that. Look at that rebound. Right now, pretty much single file. No battles really on the racetrack at the moment. 3 laps to go. Payne's looking on the underside of Peyton there. Peyton's leaving the door open just a bit. Payne might make a move on that. We'll see. 2 to go. Although where he finishes now is not a bad start for the feature. White flag in the air. Ryan Smith through 1 and 2 here. Looking down the back stretch. Into 3 and 4. And he will be on the front row with Brett the Jet to start the 200 lap feature later tonight here. Coming up here in about 5 minutes. We'll take a real quick break, and we will be right back for tonight's feature. Test, test, test. All right. Welcome back, folks. We're about 55 seconds away from starting tonight's feature race, which will be 200 laps. Currently, Payne is showing top of the charts. Did a couple laps and parked it. Oof. Car is climbing the wall there in turn 4. And that is it for the session. It is time to go racing for real. And we are lining up here as the faux flash bulbs are popping on the main straight here at the fairgrounds. As we are taking a look here at our pole center, and if all goes well, series champion. On the outside of him is Ryan Smith. Then we have Rogers and Payton in row 2, Fleury and Payne in row 3, Libby and Cox in row 4, Parmalee and Cottle in row 5, Lewis and Beasley in row 6, Papanow and DeMeester in row 7, Hahn and Harvey in row 8, Henry and Lemieux in row 9, Witt and Gandy in 10, and well, that's Tanner. I don't think he's racing tonight. Hayes and Loretz, I don't think they're racing tonight here. I think we only have 20 cars. We'll see when we start taking time here. But Tanner, if we were to line up, would be 21st, and Hayes will be 22nd, and Loretz will be 23rd. And I do see Loretz lining up, and I also see Chris Harvey in the 97 there lining up, probably going to start from the pits. So tonight is a celebration of everything that the American Sim Racing Club has accomplished this week, or this year, this season for this group. Of course, being sponsored by Luke Oil and also Frito-Lay, and sponsoring the Super Late Model Series. We'll probably be doing a lot of audio and video, letting that kind of speak for itself tonight. As I'll be kind of taking a back seat a little bit to doing some play-by-play to really give some people some chime to really get the feel of the product, as well as getting to see their favorites. We'll get underway here. One of the green. We'll sit back and relax and let the super late models speak for themselves here. There is only one set of tires, even though this is the longest race of the evening, or year actually, for these guys. Only one set of tires this year. Or, gosh, I can't talk to one set of tires for this race, just like all season long. So they got to use them wisely. Here we go. And we are yellow. All right, we will, I'll put this on mute and we'll kind of do our own version of Crank It Up here as these guys are getting underway of lap 3 of 200. Haven't missed much. We are back. Lap 8 here. Under green with the leader, Brett Hahn. Hot behind him is T-Bone and Nick Fleury. Here's your really the closest battle on the racetrack right here. Everyone's like pretty much side by side. Mike Witt's on the high side there. We're riding with Fleury with Smith to his inside. Still there. Good run by these guys here. We are now starting lap 14 of 200. And the series finale this evening here, Wednesday night. Championship Wednesday. One way or another, we are crowning the champion tonight. More than likely, it's probably going to be our leader if he survives. I believe we've had less than 30 start this race, so I believe mathematically he is already clinched. But he's here to put in a stamp on that one. By also winning the event as it is. Jackson Lewis is making his way up now. Let's go back to Action Jackson there. Jackson recovering from a bit of a rough heat race. He's already back up to the front. He has made that high line work around here. Side by side in the turns 3 and 4. He will have the run off of 4. Actually, that's 2. Now into 3 and 4. There we go. He has the run. He has the position. Now he sets sail for Smith. Smith got loose off of 4. Jackson's going to take that one as he's now lining them up on the outside. Actually, Ryan Smith actually gathered that back up and has did a real good job of getting back underway. We're doing a lot of in-car shots tonight. Again, you're going to see a lot of these guys getting loose on corner exit. So you'll be watching them kind of get near the wall in turns 3 and 4, excuse me, 2 and 4, and then, kind of like what Ryan Smith just did there, get a little loose. Oh, watch him there. Hahn is your leader by a half second. Actually, now a full second, to be honest, over Rogers. And Rogers is a half second over Lewis. We'll take a look here. Here is the big comer. Versus the goers here is Jackson Lewis, up 8 spots. There's Nick Fleury leading that second pack of cars. About 10, 12 cars of that pack. I'm not saying that I don't think Nick's holding them up at all. I think they're all about on the same pace at this point in time with this, with these tires, and then this number of laps in. Remember, these are very, very hard Hoosier tires. They're meant to go long distances. We saw earlier in the season where Papanow went basically 2 entire races without even stopping. Not using the same set of tires, of course, but just illustrating that, and did well in each race, just illustrating how you necessarily do not need to pit provided you have track positions. But we also seen other races, such as Bristol with Tim Rogers, where new tires definitely paid off. So Nick starting to pull away a little bit from Ryan Smith. I think Ryan Smith is still having some problems on corner exit. We'll watch him here a little bit. Seems to be doing pretty good right now. About 9 cars in that particular group as Fleury starts to pull away a little bit. It's Peyton, Libby, Cox, Cottle, Papanow, Parmalee, and Hayes all in this group right here. Peyton's kind of looking for a spot to go here. That time by Peyton actually was just a tick slower than Smith. Currently your purple lap is Jackson Lewis with an 18.679. Also another big comer and goer is Sean Hayes, up 10. On a downward trend, unfortunately, it looks like Andrew Payne, I think he had a that was involved in that early incident, is down 7 that we didn't see on replay, but showing him pitting at lap 6. Eric Hahn pitted at lap 4. Chris Harvey pitted at lap 6, and so did the Meester. Currently still showing Leo Loritz in the pits, but I believe he is out. Oh, and we are climbing the walls, and we are on the roofs here on the backstretch at Nashville. Wow, that's going to be towing right there. There's no way to roll out of that one. And also, let's take a look at Ryan Libby. He brought a tow back to the pits. So let's check out what happened there. Maybe get another TV angle here. Let's try this one. Yeah. Just looks like one of those racing things. I think Libby might have got up in the wall, tapped. Oof. Yeah, and tow. Might have tapped Smith a little bit. And both went over, barrel rolling. Well, while we're at a yellow caution period, because we know these last forever here, let's take a look at the point standings coming in tonight. As let's put some of these graphics in the background away. Brett Hahn is your leader and probably will be champion with 514 points, 37 over Josh Cottle. Josh is currently sitting in P7. Andrew Payne in third place, 41 back. Andrew is currently in 11th. Tim Rogers, Eric Papanow will be is currently in 4th, 66 back. Eric currently is in 8th position. Tim Rogers, 5th spot, 73 back. Tim is currently P3 on the race right now. David Payton, minus 80 back. He is currently also in the top 10. He's P5. Nick Fleury is showing at 7th in the championship standings, minus 95 back. Nick is showing as P4. Mike Witt is an 8th spot with 131 back. Currently, Mike is showing in P15 as he's recovering a little bit from a bad heat race. Seth Harrelson will be P9. He's 164 back. I don't think Harrelson is in tonight's lineup, so that will give a chance to Dan Parmalee. I believe Dan has a bit of a fan club right now and going on in chat. Dan looks like he is currently 9th spot, and he might make up enough points where he can pass Harrelson and move into 9th spot. I'm not quite sure who P11 currently is in the moment, but we might see a change of some memberships in the top 10, but maybe only 1 or 2 people at most. All the checkered flags you see next to names are the events won, so 2 by Hahn, 2 by Cottle, 1 by Payne, 1 by Rogers, 1 by Fleury. Then we also have Sean Hayes, who won Lanier, Jackson Lewis, who won Irwindale and North Wilkesboro, and Dylan Canova won Southern National, and John Kosick won Langley, as we're getting ready to go back to green. Green flag in the air. And now we got the 2 big shooters for the second half of the season. We're together here. We have Jackson Lewis and Brett Hahn are up at the front. This is going to be fun. Fleury looking on the outside of Rogers and turns 2 for P3. Now, does Lewis actually push the issue? Or does he want to get out there and lead? Or does he want to just stay behind and let maybe save his tires a little bit and maybe let Hahn wear his out? So, not sure how much strategy is in play for the final race of the season, especially if you're mathematically eliminated. But we'll see. We are coming up to the 50-lap mark, quarter way through. Everyone's really in single file line right now. More of a higher view here of the track. There's a down low look here, down the backstretch. They are moving. We'll give you an idea of speed here. Last lap by, Hahn 106.527, Lewis 106.917, so Lewis is a little bit faster that time by. 106 miles per hour is smoking around this place. This is the oldest continuously run track in the country. That predates even the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Lewis looking for that gap underneath. There he is. Brett's going to give him some room. There's no reason for Brett to really fight any harder than he has to here. Great racing by these two. Great job. I want to watch this, but man, they're starting to pile up in a good way, actually. 2 by 2 by 2 from P3, P4, 5, and 6. They're all lining up like it's a high-speed parade lap. Lewis got the fender there, didn't quite clear it. Side by side now. And Lewis pulls it, Jackson Lewis pulls it off. Falls back into line here. And it looks like the battle back there with Rogers, Fleury, Cox, and Cottle has kind of calmed down a little bit. If you're just joining us, this is the American Sim Racing Club, presented by Luke Oil, and their Frito-Lay Super Late Model Series and the season finale at Nashville Fairgrounds. We're here to crown a champion for their inaugural season. We started way back in March, and we're wrapping it up here on the end of June. There's Nick Fleury. Can't say enough about him. If it wasn't for this series, I probably would have never met the guy. He drove for me in the TI IndyCar series, which our team, we found out, finished. They finally released the team standings. We finished P2 in the standings. We were P4 with about 2 races to go, and these guys crushed at the last 2 races, including pretty much almost a sweep at the. I actually was fielding 2 teams, but we almost had a sweep at Michigan, part of the Michigan race there for IndyCar, and he was amongst some of the leaders of that particular race. Great race car driver, can't thank him enough. And again, if it wasn't for the American Sim Racing Club and the Frito-Lay Super Late Model Series, I probably would not have met this guy. Go back to P11. This is Sean Hayes. It's worth a shout out. Again, fan of his. Really like that livery. I'd like to see what that looks like. I'm gonna have to inquire with him who made that. I like that though. I'd like to see what that looks like on the side of an Indy car. Just those color combinations. I think white is underused for liveries. I think black is overused. And as you see here on the stream, you tell me, what shows up better, black cars or white cars? I think white cars kind of pop. The black colored cars kind of blend in with the other black colored cars. Well, Parmalee, it's tough to miss his. He's got like the high vis combination going on there. But Sean Hayes is up 11 spots. Let's go through the field. We were talking about Tim Rogers here. Here's Tim Rogers. He has been consistently all up in the top 5 all day today. Here's Drew Cox in the 63. Josh Cottle in the 13. Right behind him is David Payton, who's fallen back a little bit. He was up in the upper portions of the top 5 there. He's fallen back now, kind of into a pace right now. Right behind him is Andrew Payne in the race first car. I want to thank him for representing Race First extremely well this season, with a win last 2 weeks ago at Lime Rock. Payne sporting a little bit of scuff there on the side of his car. Battle scars. Right behind him is this group right here is Eric Papanow. Always sporting the sharpest of all liveries. The stars and stripes on this one, no difference. Interesting thing about this group, Andrew Payne did stop at lap 6 to get new tires. I believe he is on, well, I don't know, I'm being told that he changed tires, at least the time in his scoring. I don't know that for a fact. He might have switched tires. He might be on a newer set of tires than these guys around him. Only barely, though. We are now 73 in as we are rapidly moving along. It's got to be pretty exhausting for these guys. Let's go back to Dan Parmalee, like I said, in the high vis. We've seen his livery all season long. It's tough to miss that. And then there is Sean Hayes. Let's go back to P12. There's Michael Lemieux and that number 40. Good looking livery there. Get a little bit of fluorescent yellow trim, like it. Right behind him is Nathan Henry in the Valpo car. Here's Jamie Beasley in the number 4. He is currently still in the lead lap as we're getting towards the end of the pack here, and we're probably going to start seeing some folks that are a lap down here. Mike Witt, good start, but he continues to struggle. Actually, I'll take that back. He started off bad in the heat race, but he's up 4 spots in the feature, so he is recovering a little bit. Eric Hahn right behind him. Eric Hahn started on the front row of his feature and lasted a couple laps and unfortunately lost it coming off the corner. He says he's underfunded, as we all are, sir. Right behind him is Chris Harvey in the Mopar, number 97. It's a good looking car. And Harvey is the last car a lap, on the lead lap actually. And we are caution on the racetrack. Not quite sure what happened there, as we are watching Chris Harvey. I'm going to bet, though, we're reaching the halfway point. These guys are going to pit. And I bet you there's going to be some guys that are going to gamble here, and they are going to try to get some track position. There they go. The leader goes in. Everyone else is pretty much staying out. Jackson's in. Cox is in. Cottle's in. We got Papanow, Hayes, Lemieux. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cars have made the choice to pit under this caution. 7 cars. Here comes the 97 of Chris Harvey. So that leaves Brett Hahn now at the front. He resumes the lead. I'm not sure, really, now we know cautions breed cautions, and we're not quite sure still what brought this caution on. Showing Beasley in the pit. I'm wondering if that maybe something happened with him. No, maybe showing just a regular scheduled pit stop there. Showing Henry also making a stop to get those tires changed. Hope wherever you are tonight, you're having a good night. I want to thank everyone that's brought me into your YouTube viewing habits, or whether it be on your computer, your phone, laptop, living room, what have you. Thanks for bringing me in and being a part of your friends and family for this particular season. It's been my pleasure. We are 86 laps in to this final feature race of the season. The leader is your championship leader, Brett Hahn, the number 71 there. So Debbie Parmley says, yep, love Parmley's car. I bet you would, but you're a little biased, but I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's an expected bias. 1 to green, 1 to green. Let's take a second to watch the static cams down low as we are getting ready to go green at lap 88. Green flag in the air. Hahn Fleury into turn 1, followed by Rogers and Payne. Look at that shot right there. Keenan Scheme going down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, coming off of 4, getting right out to that wall. Look at them dive into turns 1 and 2 right there, getting right down to that yellow line. Mike Witt on the high side, bringing her back. Oh, we got a car spinning on the backstretch. That is, I believe, Eric Hahn, I believe. And that was, I'm not sure if it started with him, but I did see him as the one that was going around first. Let's try to get a better TV shot here. Oh, he just wasn't clear. Goodness. Oh, and it takes out Ryan. Oh, one of the early leaders. Oh, that's awful. That's just an awful night. I understand, man. I feel for everybody. I've been there. So now we are getting into a situation where cautions are breeding cautions. Now does the second group decide to go in and get those tires? Nick Fleury is doing a bit of a pump fake down there. I'm not sure if he's going to go. It's a bit of a gamesmanship going on. Nope, they're going to stay out. Track position means too much at this point. We're halfway, and we're especially getting towards the halfway point. Well, another thing, Debbie, I'm looking at your comment there. my wife is named Debbie as well, so I've learned relatively quickly. Just you never really debate with anyone named Debbie. Just don't. So, advantage you, okay? Jackson Lewis still with the purple time of an 18.679. We might see some fast laps here come with these guys on the fresh tires. We'll see. There's a lot of rubber down on the track. Not sure really if that will be conducive. We'll find out. Now, there is another reason to run down on the yellow right there. If he thinks that he's going to be tight on fuel and he doesn't plan on stopping, that is actually a shorter way around the track. Now, I've only seen, I think I maybe talked about this once before. I've seen this in the series here. I've only seen it done in IndyCar racing, and they were basically people with 4,000 I ratings that are oval racers that you see them just get down there and they would go really slow, ride the clutch, and they'd be either on the apron or right at the apron, one of the green. And those guys are accounting for every drop of fuel that is on board on that tank. And that, I'm not sure if that's what Fleury's doing. It's possible. We've yet to have a. Getting ready to go green here as we're in turns coming out of 2. We've yet to have a mileage race here, and these cars really are not kind of made for that. This is short track racing, really, so you expect some binging and banging. And some caution periods. Well, we're getting ready to end this caution period, starting ready to lap 95. Here we go. Fleury, Hahn, Payton, Rogers, Payton in the 1. Fleury, Payton, Hahn continues the lead. And again, I said it right before the yellow set. I'm going to reset my timing and scoring, make sure everything is correct here. Lucas on the high side, coming back there at P11. That's Mike Witt there. Look at him. He's making it work up there. He's right there, like 2 car lengths behind Parmalee. Both are trying to make that high side work. Of course, sporting the Waltrip Mountain Dew. Of course, Waltrip's natives to this area. No, not Waltrip family. Pretty much own the track, so to speak. Kind of like how Roger Penske owned Indianapolis before he actually physically bought Indianapolis. Oh, a little rubbing up against the wall as he's trying to make a wider arc into turns 3 and 4. Here's Jackson Lewis. He is the first of the group that has fresh tires. He is looking on the inside of David Payton, and he's going to get that position. And he's going to bring Drew Cox around with him. We are halfway home for the night's feature race. Over lap 101 now. Doing 102 of 200. As these long green periods have rapidly been ticking that lap counter down. These guys have been doing a great job keeping us out of these extended yellow periods. And I tell you what, they probably know about it's behoove them to keep it as green as long as possible, because they're not going to make up any time under yellow other than track position. They're not going to make up any positions, and we've already seen how long these yellow periods last. Let's peek at Drew Cox there in the 63. Even though we are done with the Super Late Model Series here with the American Sim Racing Club after tonight, tomorrow night I'm not done at all because I will be covering the Reddit IndyCar Leagues Daredevil Turbo Series, where they will be coming to us from Lucas Oil Raceway, as we will be having a pretty nice feature race there with the open wheelers. Join me about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Race First. Make sure to hit the bell and when you subscribe to Race First, and you'll get every single notification of every single event that Race First covers. Sean Hayes up 16 spots. The Windshield Deep podcast. Okay, check it out. I'm sure it's on iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Sporting the Pontiac. That's cool. I don't see those very often. Of course, GM got rid of that brand. As little as 20 years ago, you had Oldsmobile and Racing, not there anymore, not a company anymore. Pete GM or Pontiac and Racing, not a company anymore, or at least not a division anymore. And we're not talking about Oldsmobile at the NASCAR level. We're talking about as Oldsmobile when they actually supplied engines to the Indy Racing League, under the Aurora engine. Eric Papanow making it work still here. He pitted a lap 84 with that early group, and he is just kind of sticking with them and tracking them down. He kind of knows that Hahn and Fleury are going to have to pit at some point probably, and they'll be able to make up a couple spots, but in the meantime, they are just single file. Caution on the racetrack. Ooh, Beasley not tracking right, going down the backstretch. Let's see what happened. I think he might have been a little wounded as it is. Smacks the wall there going into 3. And it just kind of comes on around. Nope, not yet. Now he's at 4. Oh, smacks and climbs the wall at a 2. And that has knocked his suspension askew. So now, do those leaders come in? And they are coming. Cox is staying out. Payne staying out. And then you have everyone else. I believe Cox. That's part of that lap 84 crew. So Hahn, Fleury, Payne, Peyton. Got Tim Rogers in there. Jackson Lewis stops again. Interesting. Maybe get some damage taken care of. So we'll go over everyone who stopped at lap 15. Current conditions right now, 75 degrees, wind 2 miles per hour right now, and an 81 degree track temperature. So 75 ambient, 81 track temperature. They should have plenty of grip in this cool surface. Let's take a look as we go back up to your leader, Drew Cox now. As they are now going double file here for our restart here soon. Let's pop up the, yeah, one to green. Let's pop up the schedule real quick. This is where we started. We started back in March at South Boston. South Boston, New Hampshire, Richmond, Stafford, Concord, Lanier, Irwindale, Southern National, North Wilkesboro, Bristol, Langley, Lime Rock, and now tonight, rounding out the season here at Nashville Speedway. It's been a great inaugural season. I want to thank the American Sim Racing Club, presented by Luke Oil, for bringing us along with the ride. Get to watch these Frito-Lay super late model cars and bring them to your home right here on Race First. Here comes Cox and Hayes. Cox with a big jump. He's going to take the lead into turn one with Hayes right behind him. Cox is right there on the bumper, or excuse me, Hayes is right there on the bumper, and we are cautioned again on the racetrack. Jackson Lewis, see, Jackson Lewis possibly is a affected party here. Jackson Lewis in the pits. This is not good. That is a tow. Okay, so he is on the outside racing with, let's get another camera angle. Brett. Oh yeah, loose on his own. Kind of gets into, right in front of, and if that pace truck was real, he'd take out that one too. Ryan Smith just into the side of him. I think Smith is done. I think his car is too damaged to continue. Man, that's the wrong place, wrong time. Jackson Lewis is now going to be way back in this field after an extended period of time for repairs. So we are back under caution again. So all those that stopped at the 115 pit stop or stint there was Brett Hahn, Andrew Payne, Tim Rogers, Nick Fleury, David Payton, Dan Parmalee, Mike Witt, and John DeMeester, all at that 115 window right there. All those that stopped at 84, which is your first four here. Cox, Hayes, Papanow, and Cottle. And then also Nathan Henry back there in P12 also stopped at 85. Currently there are 15 cars on the lead lap. Eric Hahn is the last car on the lead lap. He's in P15. Coming to 125 of 200. 75 to go. One lap to green. Sean Hayes, Eric Papanow, both up double digits. Sean Hayes up 20, Papanow up 10. We're getting ready to go green at lap 126 here. Trucks in. Field's under the command of Drew Cox. Green flag in the air, and we are diving off into turn 1 again. The high, oh, Cox right in the walls. That's gonna bottle everyone up behind him. And yeah, there it is. There is the caution. Not sure. Cottle. I think that might have been Cottle. Yes. Yes, that's yeah. You see that happening. You just need to check up, and then it's the guy behind you that doesn't check up, and that's how it happens. Let's get back into this. I mean, he's right there by himself. Oh, Parmalee, man, got really close. I'm not sure who got into who there to cause that to go around. That might be a racing incident, but that's not going to be good for Cottle because he was part of that crew that pitted at lap 85, and now he has to fight through all the people that pitted at 115 with the fresher tires. So that brings us back to doing a reset of the field, and we are back under caution again of 128 of 200, coming to 129. It is Drew Cox who is coming into the pits along with now we got Hayes also coming in. Maybe top off, possibly. Parmalee looks like that he might have made a stop. Cottle definitely made a stop to probably get some damage taken care of. I'm not sure why these guys made a stop to give up that track position. Maybe it is the newer tires. Now, I was told they're only getting one set tonight, and that's the standard rule they've had all season long. So now we come to the matte black race first car, driven by Andrew Payne. Payne, Fleury, Rogers, Hahn, Papanow, Payton, Henry, Witt, Lemieux, and Hahn, that's Eric Hahn, are your top 10. Here we go. We're getting ready to resume this thing. Andrew Payne out in front. Here we go, guys. The field is starting to get a little bit thinner, too. Andrew Payne in the lead, looking for 2 in a row in the series if he wins tonight. He won the last race at Lime Rock Park. Oh, we got cars spinning down the backstretch. I believe that was Drew Cox. Was that Drew Cox? Yes. Oh, he hit the apron. Ouch. All right, well, he's getting the oof. Found each wall there. Bringing that 63 back around again. And another caution. Whoever coined the phrase "cautions breed cautions" is never coined a more truer term. Like, we got Beasley getting the wave around, or the lucky dog there. I'll get him a lap back, but he is considerably down on the number of laps. I believe he's 14 down. He is the currently the lucky dog for a while, actually, because I think everyone else, Lewis is done, Ryan Smith is done, Harvey's done, Libby's done, Loretz is done, Skip Gandy, I don't even think took the green flag. I'm showing him is done. So we got 16 cars left, 15 of which are on a lead lap, as attrition is starting to take a toll here as we are coming into the second last final third or so of the race, getting up there. Almost to the 75% mark. We're getting there. Yep, the very time that the first time that this facility broke ground and was built was back in 1904. Of course, you know that predates the Indianapolis Motor Speedway by at least a couple years. The oval is just shy of a kilometer. It's 0.596 of a mile. Turns at 18 degrees, straights at 3 degrees. Getting ready to go green. We go green at 139 of 200. Thanks for watching. Hope you've been with us for every step of the way of this championship. We'll see a champion crowned at the conclusion of tonight's race. Payne's starting to put a little distance on Hahn and Fleury there. He wants to kind of check out if he can. Oh, car in the wall, back off of 4. Let's see if he recovers. That looked like it might have been Hayes. What 18 degrees looks like right there. $18 degrees is roughly what Michigan is banked at for looking for a comparison. That's double the banking of Indianapolis. Indianapolis is 9 degrees. On TV, it looks flat, but when you walk the track, believe me, 9 degrees is pretty steep. Andrew Payne checking out. Got himself a second lead over Brett Hahn and Nick Fleury. Payne, Hahn, Fleury, Rogers, Papanow is your top 5. Peyton, Henry, Hayes, Cottle, and Witt is your top 10. Back into top 15 is Parmalee, Cox, Lemieux, Hahn, and Demeester. Last car running is Beasley, and 16th spot, 15 laps down at the moment. He's just making it work, though. Showing Lewis and Smith with still in the race, just in extended pits. They might be fixing a lot of damage. We'll see. Nathan Henry and Josh Cottle are fighting there in the back for 8th and 9th. Let's take a look there. Coming to 50 to go. There's our leader. We got someone with the name Sunset Arctic Games. Who could that be? Telling me hi in chat. Who could that be? Well, thanks for popping in, Dakota. We are 150 laps here in as the race first car of all cars just happens to be leading right at the moment that you hit chat. That's Andrew Payne. He's led the last 15 laps or so, starting to put a little bit of a distance between himself and current points leader, and probably will be your series champion at the end of the night. Brett Hahn, about a second. Nick Fleury is P3, about a second and a half back, followed by Rogers and Papanow. We've had one really good green flag run. A lot of start and goes here, but this green flag run is starting to shape up into a long one as well. 50 laps to go. Could Indy cars race here? No way. That's why they have the super speedway on the other side of town. PM18s can run here. I believe I covered a race with Matt in the Tuesday Night Thunder PM18 League, and I think they were racing PM18s here. I think I covered a race with them. Yeah, I'm positive of that because I was trying to find out what the track record was, and the track record of this place is virtually impossible to find because there's all these different series that runs here. So I kind of gave up on that, but I'm sure whatever the PM18s were turning was a track record. I was just trying to put it in comparison. But no, IndyCar is running here? No. How bumpy that is. That'll make Legacy Pocono look like it's smooth. Yeah, Sunset Arctic Games is saying there's shenanigans going on. Got a grip hack enabled on the 93. Oh, we got a little something on the backstretch happened there. There's a caution, and looks like Beasley might have the incident and moment right there. We'll zoom in on him. Let's take a look and see what happened. He might have just got loose off the corner. He might be fielding a bit of a wounded car. Oh, he got up on the wall. Here we go. Right there behind the Meester. Blam! Right in the wall. And then into the inside. Yeah. That's a rough night, man. I've been there. Right in front of the leaders. No harm, no foul, though. So let's go back over to top 5 now. It's Payne, Hahn, Fleury, Rogers, and Sean Hayes. Sean, after smacking the wall a little bit, has made a good recovery. He is back up in the top 5. He is 17 spots improved, up 17 spots. Also looking good tonight. Up 7 spots, Eric Papanow. Up 8 spots, Mike Witt. Up 6 spots, Michael Lemieux. Up 4 spots, Nathan Henry. not having such a great night. Ryan Smith already out, but down 18, and Ryan Libby also started up front, but down 14. Rough nights for both of those guys. It happens, but there is always next season. So say the Chicago Cubs all the time. There's always next year. Although lately the Cubs have been able to deliver on that. But go ahead and win 4 in this century and then come talk to me. Well, 3 more this century and come talk to me. Go Sox. Pit situation, I don't think we're going to see any more pit stops as it is. Andrew Payne does have the purple lap at 18.476. He last pitted at lap 115, so I'm sure he's done. He did 109 laps on that set of tires. Brett Hahn also at 115. Fleury 115. Rogers at 115. Sean Hayes went in again at 128. Maybe, I don't know if he maybe went in and got new tires then. I'm not sure really, because they only got 1 set of tires here. He might have just came in that first time, topped off to get some track position, and then saved those tires for later in the race. If that's the case, he probably has fresher tires than everyone else around him by about 13 laps. Eric Papinel, last time we saw him stop was at 84. He's pretty much done for the race. He will not be pitting anymore. He, of all that group that pitted at lap 84, him and Nathan Henry are the only ones that still are that group that have not pitted again. Cottle, Cox, Peyton, Parmley, all those guys pitted again around 128 and 130. Didn't the Red Sox cheat in their last World Series? Didn't the Red Sox cheat? You still had to win the game, though. You still got to hit the ball. Yeah, they fired that coach. And there's definitely, they had instances of, for sure, where he was with the Astros that they documented cheating instances, but I don't think that there were anything officially documented with the Red Sox, but allegedly. Andrew Payne looking to get a lead and check out here. 162 of 200, coming to 163. Got quiet there for a second. Looks like the nose of Brett Hahn is getting crumpled up a little bit there. I think he got into a couple situations mid-race. The nose is not as clean. Making outside work right there. There's Papinel. Look at that. Coming high off of turns 1 and 2. Let's take a look at him. Oh, actually, that's Papinel and Henry. Or Rogers, excuse me. That's Rogers. T-Bone. Not quite clear yet. Drives in a little bit deeper up the banking a little bit. He's going to have a better run coming off the corner. Cottle getting a little fishtaily coming off of 4. Oh, what a slide, power slide. Is he going to keep it? Oh, no. Wow. That was some, he was trying hard to hold that, and he had it most of the way around. That was a scene, that could have been a scene right there. That was awesome in car. But that, oof. Not sure why he hit the wall there, but maybe I might have a tire down. I don't know. But that definitely was a scene from the Fast and the Furious for sure. Let's go back and take a look at that. Great in-car view of that one. You're like, where do you go? Okay, so there's what we see. What happened? He gets loose coming off the corner. Goes down the racetrack. Almost collects Cottle. Tries to collect it. Steering it. Try to get it going. right there in front of Henry. Oh, it might have just made contact with Parmalee, and that was it out of all that. But I should say, Dakota, I don't think the Red Sox cheated as much. If the Red Sox cheated, then they cheated as much as the Patriots did. But I don't want to say that because we all know the Patriots cheated. I don't know what we got left for the New England crew listening here. Haters gonna hate. Field is getting smaller. I think Beasley has retired, so that now puts Sean Hayes back in the 15th spot after that that little spin, power slide, drift move. Pretty impressive piece of driving right there, honestly, really, to keep it as straight as he did, as long as he did. I mean, he did it all the way through turns 3, ended in turn 4. Yeah, if he got points for a drift competition, he would be ahead. Great in-car view. So 171 of 200. We're getting down to the final handful of laps of the season. Again, thanks to everybody watching at home. You are watching the American Sim Racing Club presented by Luke Oil and their Frito-Lay Super Late Model Series. It is Championship Wednesday, where they will be crowning a champion in their inaugural season for their super late model cars. The man that's currently leading the points is outside, right there, gray number 71. Currently leading the points. Pretty much just needs to finish this race, and he'll lock that up. Series started way back. The first race scheduled back in March. End of June. I believe tomorrow is July. Here we go. Payne getting the good. Here he's got it going, and he's all into one by himself. But he's going to have Hahn directly on his 6. Payne will want to definitely win this, to do 2 in a row. One on an oval, one on the road course. Oh, we're caution again. Caution again. It is Witt. It is Witt. Let's see what happened here. Little side-by-side action with Henry. We get a little door check. Oh, no. No, that's not a little door check. That's a lot of net code. That's unfortunate. We've been seeing more and more and more instances of net code. I'm wondering if that's just a limitation of the code here with iRacing or whatnot. But we'll definitely see a lot of it on the IndyCar side of things because, well, how fast they go. You don't see normally, at least on the short track or in stock cars, because they don't go nearly as fast, so it allows the algorithm to catch up and calculate, but not there. So, taking a look there in the back, Papanow riding down low. That's actually got, gosh darn it, those guys they got almost identical cars when you take a real good glance at them. But let's go back to Rogers there. There we go. What does the sponsor say on the front? Gary, you haul it? Interesting. Yeah, he is, I'm wondering maybe he might be tight on fuel. Again, going down low, taking this, the longest or the shortest way around, even on the apron, will save you a few precious drops. Still a short track racing. You're pretty much guaranteed, although I shouldn't say that. You're almost guaranteed a caution between now and the end of this race. We'll see. Remember, if we do get in the green-white checker situation, there's only one green-white checker attempt after that. The second attempt, when the caution falls, that locks the field in, and that's how it will finish. We've had 3 green-white checkered finishes this year. Each one of them have been pretty exciting. Josh Cottle was a benefit of that. Nick Fleury was a benefit of that. Papanow got robbed because of that. He was leading that one race and conquered and just led all day long, and then didn't pit, of course, and a green-white checker came out. I'm not a fan of green-white checkers, but who am I? I'm not a fan in the stands. We're entertaining those folks, right? You at home, that's who we're entertaining. Gary, sit there and call a race. Big jump by Payne in the race first car, and he is taking off down the track into turn 1. Hahn on the outside is not going to make anything short of it. He's going to try to get the run off of 2 down the backstretch and see if they're side by side coming into turn 3. Here they come down the backstretch. Looking right at you. Well, we get a little squirrely in the back there. Hopefully they've recovered. We don't go yellow again. Payne still has the lead by .803. 083, excuse me. Oh, look who made a big move here. Josh Cottle is now up to P2. Looks like Brett Hahn pushed up a little bit higher into the turn there than he wanted and allowed Cottle to sneak right through. Cottle with 2 wins on the season, looking to try to get a third. Less than 20 to go. Cottle with slightly newer tires. Looks like that top 3 is starting to pull away. Then they go single file back to Cox, and then Papanow and Rogers still side by side where they've been for most of this last quarter of the race. Those guys got to really trust each other to be side by side for that long. Payne pushes up a little bit, diamonding off the corners, and we are cautioned again. And I think that might be Papanow. Oh, my goodness. One of your top 10 in points was looking at a top 10 finish. And, yeah, he Tony Hawked the wall there. Crunch. Up on it. Tried to slow down. Actually, I don't think he made contact with anybody. Okay, old Henry. Sorry. Didn't mean to slight you there, Henry. Nathan, Henry got contact there in the Valpo car. I don't think we're going to see anybody making pit stops unless you're at the back of the field there. There's Eric Papanow in the pits, getting that sheet metal pounded out. So now we are 184 of 200. Probably got another couple laps of caution. So we'll probably be going the green at least 187. Payne, Cottle, Brett Hahn, your points leader, Nick Fleury, Drew Cox, Tim Rogers. Cottle is P2 in the points. Let's not forget that. He's looking to gain a little bit of different distance here. Maybe close that difference a little bit. Tim Rogers, David Payton, Sean Hayes, after recovering after a little bit of incident he had, he's up to P8. Parmalee, in P9 with his fan club here in chat. And Nathan Henry in the Valpo car, P10. So no, we are not going green at 187. It looks like we might go green at 188. I'll give a shout out to Nathan Henry. He has 101 laps on his current stint. 101 laps on his current stint. Stick around for immediately after the race. We will interview the podium. We will talk to the champion, and we'll get a brief word from the admin, Tanner, to get his thoughts on the first season of the Frito-Lay Super Late Model Series in the American Sim Racing Club, presented by Luke Oil, and any future plans they might have. We'll see. We are going green at 189. Going green at 189, 11 to go. Very few cars left from where we started. Here's what it looks like from the stands. Big jump by Payne. He's away. Connell is by Brett Hahn. They are going into turn one. Hahn now is P3. Looks like Fleury is going to stake the high side over Cox. Going to get the run down the backstretch. Possibly pull. And they are spinning down the backstretch. It is David Payton. That is David Payton going inside wall on the backstretch. That is another top 10 runner that unfortunately has run into a little bit of bad luck here late in the race. David Payton in the Luke Oil sponsored car. Also races in the, I believe he said he races in the Area 51 IndyCar Series. So unfortunately, David Payton needs to cycle all the way back to the end, and there's not going to be an awful lot of laps here for him to try to recover those lost spots. He is still on the lead lap, but we are now under caution. And we got at least another 3 laps or so of caution. Again, these iRacing cautions last way too long on these short tracks. They need to shorten those up in the code somehow. Yeah, your current second longest stint on going right now is Eric Papanow, actually at 99 laps. He'll come around to take 100. Actually, he's still in the pits, I believe. Yeah, there he is right there in the pits. So maybe he has some time to get a chance to get that 100th lap. Get out there. He's not in any position to make up any spots because now he's already 8 laps behind David Payton, who runs 14th in line. 14 cars on the lead lap. We are now less than 10 to go, 9 to go. We are coming to 8 to go at the line. I think we are going to get, let's see, we're going to get that lights out on the pace truck. No. So at the very least, we'll probably be getting green with 6 to go. We'll see. Again, 1 green-white checker attempt if we get to that situation. After that, the field is locked whenever the caution comes out. Nashville seems to be the won the green. Nashville seems to be the racing center of the nation for a little bit because last weekend, of course, they reopened the super speedway for the Cup cars. And then later this summer, the Indy cars are going to do a street race in downtown Nashville. I prefer the Indy cars to go back to the super speedway, but that's me, because we have way too many street courses, but that's just the nature of the sport at this time with this car. But Nashville getting its share of racing attention. Green flag in the air. Payne, Cottle, Payne, Cottle, Hahn, and Fleury into one. Side by side, Payne and Cottle. Cottle is not letting Payne go. And if they don't watch out, they're going to have the champ, Brett Hahn, right there on their bumper. 6 to go. And they're wrecking off of 4. Oh, wow. That took out Nick Fleury. That took out... They would take out Cox. Oh, we got some extracurriculars, maybe? I'm not sure, between Lemieux and Cox. Okay, so let's zoom in on Lemieux here and see what happened coming off the corner. No, it looks like the accident was in front of trying to find who. Hayes. I think Hayes was part of it there. So let's watch Hayes. Ooh, Cox in the back of Fleury. Somehow morphs netcode through him. Hayes recovers a little bit. Wow, and that just took out. That's going to make that's going to change things up here. So let's get back to live TV. We now have Payne, Cottle, Hahn, Sean Hayes, Tim Rogers, Dan Parmalee, Nathan Henry now at the P7, Mike Witt P8, David Payton is now come up to P9, and Eric Hahn at P10. Papanow still sitting in the pits. Michael Lemieux is currently shown as 14th. Not sure if what happened between him and Cox was wreck related, retaliation, or just like, oops, I didn't know you were there and I made contact with you after the caution. So we'll let race control determine that. So we are going to go green, white, checker. So once again, green, white, checker. Green, white, checker, 1 attempt. After that, field is frozen. That's how it is. Cox is, I'm not sure what Cox is doing up there. Might be coming into the pits. Or is he slotting in? Okay, yeah, he's slotting in. Okay. Andrew Payne in the race first car has led pretty much the last, definitely, quarter of this race. Been a lot of yellows. A lot of those laps have not been under attack. It's just simply him at pace car speed turning left. Hey, and those are the best. Those are really the best way to lead. If you had any other choice, man, it's I rather pass people while they're stuck in the pits, and I rather lead races while under caution where I don't have anyone attacking me. That's the easiest money right there. So we have Payne, who's won the last race at Lime Rock, getting the jump, and we are going green flag, green, white, checker. We'll let the action kind of speak for itself. Cottle full sends it on the top side, side by side. Final lap. The race first car getting loose, coming off the corner number 2. He's going to lose it. He's going to dive into 2, got into 3. He's not going to hold it, and unfortunately, he is not going to be able to get this win back. Josh Cottle comes way back for the back and wins his 3rd race of the year as A.L. Ben up, coming off of corner number 4 into the wall. Wow, 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 wow. Josh Cottle, another full send win, man. That's how you do it. Wow. All right, let's get the let's get those standings up there for the final standings of the final race of the season. We will also talk to the champion. Let's get the results up on the screen here. A great finish, an exciting finish. Your winner, Josh Cottle over Andrew Payne. Brett Hahn, your champion now, finishes third. Tim Rogers, Sean Hayes round out the top 5. Dan Parmalee, Drew Cox, Nathan Henry, Mike Witt, and David Payton round out the top 10. Michael Lemieux, Eric Hahn, Nick Fleury, John DeMeester, and Eric Papanow are the top 15. We'll get to the next page here. Beasley, Lewis, Smith, Harvey, and Libby are your top 20, and Lawrence and Gandy make up 21 and 22. Of course, Tanner, as admin, did not get the start, but he is credited with 23rd nevertheless. So you meaning he had a chance? Yeah, he did. So let's go back to the first page of the... And let's do something different here. Normally we'd bring in third place, but third place is the champ, so we will save him for last. We'll bring in Andrew Payne first. And let's see. There he is.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Andrew, tough finish there. I know you wanted an oval win in addition to your road course win. What happened there during the last couple laps?
You know, just racing hard for the win. It was tough having a bunch of restarts back to back to back, and unfortunately I think I was on the older tires over Josh, and I got extremely loose and, you know, trying everything I can to keep him from getting by me, but when you got a car on your high side that's on, I think, fresher tires, it's kind of hard to keep them back, and unfortunately I kind of messed up out of 2, and I big time lost it for myself there.
But still recovered to finish second. Looking at the stats here, Cottle went on, looks like last trip on pit road was at 128. You were at 115. So marginally better tires, not overall, but I'm sure that the fine line was very thin there as to what was actually good and actually what was pretty worn, because I believe you were close to the 90 lap mark on your tires. So it's good part of your racecraft just to keep the car under control, all things considered. So congrats there. Anything that you want to shout out, say hi to while we have you here on your P2 finish?
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for coming on the car for the season. Paul Metal Fab, Citrus Head Sawn Mower, QuickTime, RogersCars.com, the entirety of the admin team. It was a great first season. I do want to thank our title sponsors, PepsiCo, Frito-Lay, Luke Oil, and Tagaray, all of the guys that make this league as a whole happen. And I'd like to also thank my parents and my grandparents for letting me do this on my free time. And thank you to you, Gary, for taking your time out and announcing and calling these races.
Well, thank you for a job well done. I know it's not a championship, but you did extremely well this year. I don't think you have anything to be down about. I think when the points are said and done with, you'll probably find yourself having a strong finish in the points championship. And as I always say, there's next season, which I'm sure you will do well there as well, and maybe get a little redemption in the process. So thanks for carrying the Race First flag so valiantly for us, and congrats on the P2 here at Nashville.
Thank you.
You can get him moved up into the
User left your channel.
yeah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Let's find Josh.
User was moved to your channel.
Once again, living up to the full send moniker, Josh Cottle. Right there just says, you know what, I'm going to send it, and we're going to see what happens, and it results in a win. Congrats, P1. Excellent drive.
Thank you, man.
Well, tell us about your race. I mean, you seem to be to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back, people getting in your way, getting into incidents. It definitely was anything but a smooth race for you.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty chaotic. I was just trying my best to save tires because honestly, I didn't really know if tires actually like really mattered, and tires caused me the win, so I'm happy about it. I mean, I got in a wreck, but it wasn't a lot of damage. But I'm just happy I could get a final or one last win for the last race of the season.
Well, probably, I think you're already in P2, so you made up. Mathematically, I think Brett already clinched when they threw the green flag, but you made up a little bit of room, so it's going to be a little bit closer in the final standings. But it's always nicer to go out on that final race at the very end with the win, and then you have all the momentum going into the off season and going into the next season for the the Frito-Lay Super Late Model Series. What's your outlook for next season, and do you think that you have a shot there at knocking the jet off?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot more practicing at them tracks I'm not good at. That's where I really struggle, but I did have a couple of good, just solid P5 runs, and I was pretty consistent. I think that's what helped me got P2, but congrats to Jet for winning the championship. I mean, he's a nice, clean driver, and I'm glad he won it.
Well, before we let you go, because we have not interviewed the champ yet, so we'll have to give him his appropriate camera time. What shout outs you have? Anybody want to say hi to before we let you go?
I want to shout y'all for doing the broadcast because I always love coming back and watching these races, especially like this one, because that was such an insane finish. I like hearing y'all's reaction, especially the one at Concord. And shout out to my boys in HCM for sticking with me, Drew Cox, Jacob Hayes, and Seth Harrelson. Sadly couldn't make it today. And AcademyTA.com for the supers. And that's about it, man.
Well, thanks a lot. You've been a class act. 3 wins this season. I believe that is the most for anyone, so that's also a good number to go out on. But congrats, class act, P1, congratulations, and a lot of momentum for the start of next season.
Thank you, man.
User was moved out of your channel.
Hopefully I moved them into the right channel there. All right, let's get these stuff off the screen here. They're so slow. There we go. And let's do this. Bam. There's your champ graphic. Let's get him down here.
User was moved to your channel.
Le Champion, Brett Hahn, the Jet. Tell me all about it. You're P3, but man, that's side news. That's not what we want to talk to you about. You are the champion.
Yeah, Gary, it feels pretty good. Luckily, I came into tonight with a pretty good lead, so it wasn't too much pressure. I got some good battles there with Jackson around halfway. That was fun racing him, and then sadly got a little bit of damage after I took those tires, and the car seemed a little tight after it. But still a blast racing there with everyone else there at the end. That was how about a heck of a finish, finishing on 2 wheels for the fans, Gary.
Yeah, everyone was bending up off of 4, so I guess if you're not going to use your equipment up, you might as well use it, every bit of it up right there in turn 4. So you had a very interesting plan early on in the season when we talked to you. You said your plan is, very simply, to talk to me as many times as possible, and that's probably going to win you the championship. I hate to say that, but that was a very simple strategy, and it worked. But that aside, I mean, nothing says anything about your superior driving ability. You managed to bring home wrecked cars, damaged cars, clean cars, you name it. Tonight, though, seeing that pretty much at the drop of the green flag that you clinched the championship, were you more willing to let people pass you just so you can make it through this race, or were you still going to fight tooth and nail like it was determining the standings by one point?
I fought tooth and nail with everyone. I mean, when Jackson got me inside of the halfway point, we battled side by side for a good 10 laps there. I just wanted to see what I could do, maybe what the car had for defense in case it came later in the night. But yeah, Every point matters, every position. You get to learn how people race, and if you're not pushing every lap, Gary, you're not learning. So that's what I like to do. Every lap, trying, learning, seeing what other guys are doing. I tell you what, Gary, I don't know how Jackson was rolling the middle so fast there. He's impressive. Sad to see that he went out early, because I think we would have had a pretty good battle if we kept it clean.
Yeah, he has a knack of getting that car through the corner, especially the middle part, and you're like, man, where's he getting that from, and how come no one else is able to do it? He definitely has a good racecraft there, so that's probably someone, a rival to potentially look forward to for the next season. Your outlook in the next season, are you going to run the number 1, or will you continue to run the 71?
Oh, of course, got to represent the 71 out here for the Jet and all the fans out there, Gary. So we'll keep it the 71, keep it going, and hopefully can do it again, because, yeah, we had some latecomers that were fast, and I think we'll recruit some even more fast guys. So I think next season, even though this one was pretty tough to come away with the championship with these competitors, I think next season will be even tougher. So I'm excited to see the competition for the whole season next time.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think next season for the entire series and every single driver, you got to bring your A game, because I think next season, if just these guys that popped in midway through this season are any indication, and the type of recruiting that you guys are doing for the quality type of driver that you are getting into this particular league, next season is going to be that's going to be really tough. Next year, definitely for sure, or next season, definitely for sure, every position is going to matter. Man, it's been my pleasure to definitely talk to you just about every race this year. You're a class act. You're a great driver. Maybe I can get you into an IndyCar sometime. I'd love to see that. But before we even get there, I know you have tons of shout outs and people that you want to thank that got you here to this championship. You know, I'm just going to shut up and I'm going to let you talk until you're tired. So go right ahead.
All right, thanks, Gary. Yeah, I got this thing stickered up here tonight. Got to first and foremost thank all the admins here at ASRC to make this happen. Tanner, Tim, Nick, Dave, Andrew, all those guys to make this happen, especially Tanner for his series here. Of course, you, Gary, up in the booth, and all the stickers on the car here. Quick Time, Boosted Brothers broadcast, and be sure to tune in Monday night. I actually started broadcasting now, Gary, so that'd be pretty cool if you want to hear the Jet on the mic Monday nights at Brett the Jet Productions on YouTube. Gotta thank Rogers Cars on the side of this thing, Tag Array, and then of course all the series sponsors, PepsiCo, Frito-Lay's, Tag Array once again, Luke Oil to make this whole thing happen, and of course all the fans out there in YouTube land watching and hopefully cheering on the Jet. That I could bring home the championship for everyone with this awesome looking, really shiny tonight 71 Brett the Jet machine.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever need I'm a better color commentator than I'm a play-by-play guy, so if you ever need a color commentator to help you in the booth for a race or two, just hit me up. It'll be my pleasure. But I wish you luck there, definitely in that endeavor, because this broadcasting is a lot harder than it looks, and I'm sure you'll do a good job at that. So congrats, champ. I'm sure everybody looks forward to seeing you again next season in the number 71. Look forward to seeing you probably covering those other races on whatever broadcast stream that you'll be covering those on. So congrats, good luck, and Godspeed and everything, and it's been my pleasure to get a chance to know you this season.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. It's been a blast hanging out with you in the booth for the interviews, and yeah, a pleasure to be able to talk to you this many times in the season. Hopefully kept my word pretty good with trying to talk to you every race. Sadly, the car just blew up, so no post-race burnout.
you know, the donuts are not always a necessity. I know Alex Zanardi was the one that really started the whole you got to do donuts after the win, and kind of everyone else picked it up. I'm a kind of a subscriber to Barry Sanders when he played football with the Lions. He always said that he never really celebrated after his touchdowns. He just handed the ball off to the ref and walked to the sidelines. And his reasoning was pretend like you've been there before. And so pretty much all but one win that I've always driven it straight back to the box. I actually won one win, and the guys goaded me so much on the radio that I had to do donuts. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go ahead and do donuts. But most of the time, I just drive it back to the box. So not everyone needs to be celebrated with donuts, but I'm sure you'll be celebrating regardless tonight sometime, maybe something with alcohol, maybe something without alcohol. Who knows? But, congratulations and have a blast.
All right, thank you, Gary. Yep, we'll go celebrate out here, and should be a big party in the Brett the Jet land. So have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully everyone liked that wild finish.
User was moved out of your
All right, and that is your winner. Let's bring down Tanner, the admin.
User was moved to your channel.
Tanner, we talked to you on the very first race and got your thoughts and kind of your hopes and aspirations for this first season. We've now made it to the end of June, come a long way since that kind of end of March debut. What are your thoughts? How'd you guys do overall?
Oh man, we're happy with it, Gary. This was, I'm sure all of our members that are gonna go back and watch this broadcast are gonna think I'm a broken record, but all day today we've just been spewing out nothing but thank yous, and this whole league has taken off leaps and bounds further past what the whole admin team kind of had envisioned at this point in the lifespan of ASRC, and we've been fortunate enough to come up with some really great partners and have really a really solid group of members, and everything's going great. It's going way better than what we anticipated, and it was an awesome first season for us. I feel like you were just saying, South Boston, when the first time I talked to you was just a couple weeks ago, but here we are 13 races in and we're done, and congrats to Brett on picking up the inaugural championship here in ASRC, and we're looking forward to another season. We're going to take a little time off here. We're going to kind of go through a summer break and try to do this all over again here a little bit later this fall, but yeah, this was awesome season, exceeded the expectations of all the admins, so we're really happy with it.
Well, thanks for congrats to you first of all for putting on. I believe, and of course I might be biased because I'm sitting here in the booth and I've seen all these races, but I hope we put on a good show, and I believe you have put on a good show for everyone at home, all the fans, all the wives, sons, daughters, families that have been watching the races, watching their favorite family member or whoever they've been rooting for fan wise. I believe that you put on a good product, and I hope that not only you have, but I hope that us at Race Versa did your title sponsors proud and got them the coverage that they were looking for. And it's been my pleasure to be with Race Versa to call these races with you. Learned a lot because, of course, I know I'm not a super late model guy, so I learned an awful lot about something that I really didn't know much about when I first jumped in here. You guys are a great group of guys, and I wish you nothing but the best going into your next season. Definitely, take that. The pandemic's winding down. Take some family time. Get out. We can't be sim racing all the time now since the pandemic's over, but enjoy your off time, and I'm sure season 2 will be let's put it this way, it will be a very, very tough season for Brett to repeat. I think if you continue to pick up the caliber of drivers that you picked up from mid-season on here, I think that you're looking at a very stout field of drivers going into your season 2. So congrats there, and again, thank you very much. It's been my pleasure.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're starting to recruit in quite the stout crop of drivers. So, we started off, I don't want to say slow, but didn't really have a big group of drivers that were really racing with us. But as we've grown, we've really been fortunate to pick up, like I said earlier, just a really solid group of members, really across the board. I mean, it's a super competitive series for the league, and definitely looking forward to it this fall. But before I get out of here, I do want to shout out a real quick thank you to a bunch of our league sponsors and all of our members, the whole admin team, Tim, Nick, Andrew, Brett, Dave. Without them by my side, this would be really tough to pull off. I do want to give a big shout out to one of our league members, Mike Witt. He's pulled a lot of strings for us behind the scenes that have kind of let a lot of things come together for the league, as well as all of our sponsors. So huge thank you to our first ever sponsor that we picked up, and they've been with us since the start of the season, and hopefully a lot more going forward. Luke Oil, big thanks to those guys. Really big thank you to PepsiCo and Frito-Lay. Obviously, Frito-Lay is the title sponsor of this series, so they do a ton for the super late models specifically, but PepsiCo for other stuff that goes on behind the scenes in the league. You guys at RaceVerse for doing this all season long. You guys have knocked it out of the park, Gary. Really appreciate all you guys have been doing. And just the members, the fans, the family, everybody that tunes into these broadcasts appreciate all that. And yeah, we're looking forward to the summer break and ready to go again here a little bit later on this fall.
All right. Well, thanks for dropping in and allowing us to allow you to have the final word here before we wrap things up. So congrats, like I said, and best wishes on season 2.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Hope everybody has a good 4th, and we'll see you later.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right. Well, you know what, folks? That does it. We started way back in March at South Boston. Kind of taking on something that we really didn't know much about, and stuck with it, learned a lot, had a fun time. Hope you guys at home did too. But again, want to thank Tanner, want to thank the guys at Frito-Lay and Luke Oil, and we really want to give a big congratulations to Brett Hahn, the champion, the 2021 Frito-Lay Super Late Model Tour champion, as he finished 3rd tonight. Clinched it up, your winner, Josh Cottle, P2, and the race first car, Andrew Payne. Want to thank everybody who's been a part of this. We'll hope to see you again. Join Race First tomorrow night, as we will be doing some additional coverage of some additional series. And I believe that will be the Daredevil series. And that's every Thursday night. So it's been my pleasure. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Hit the bell. Be notified of every time we post a new session. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. That's all I got. You guys have a great night. Good night.